Welcome to this edition of Eagles on Air on AM 1440 KRDZ. I'm Robert Lovell, and I'm joined now in the studio by some of the foreign exchange students at the high school. And first with me is Wade Holmes and Sarah Kerr, and they are exchange students both from New Zealand, but they just told me that you guys aren't from the same town or anything. You're about, 6 or 7 hours apart, is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I live at the very bottom of New Zealand, so...
I'm in the middle of the South Island, so...
Okay, but it is the same island that you're on?
Yeah, so New Zealand's two main islands, and we're in the South Island.
Okay, so you're both on the same South Island,
Yep.
but didn't know each other because you were a long ways away from each other.
No.
Hadn't met each other before. We met at the airport.
Wade, I'll start with you first. How did you end up in Wray?
The strange thing is with our exchange company, we can't exactly choose the towns, but we can choose areas. So I chose the Midwest because like all the farming and everything, so I ended up in the Midwest.
You like farming then?
Yeah. I come from a large dairy farm.
Oh, okay. All right. And Sarah, how did you end up here in Wray?
I basically said anywhere in America, small town, country, big city, I'm sweet, and I ended up in Wray, and I couldn't be happier, really.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. That was going to be my question. Would you ever come back to Wray after you leave?
In a heartbeat. As soon as I have the money, I'll be back.
All right, Wade, same for you? Or?
Definitely once I go back and get my certificates in diesel mechanic, and then probably come back for a holiday or something.
And how long is your exchange, how long does it normally last?
Just under a year.
It's about 10 or 11 months.
10 or 11
we
months.
arrived August the 13th, and we leave, I think it's I leave the first week of June.
Yeah, and I leave June 18th, so it's about 10, 11 months.
Okay, for just make sure you get the full school year
Yeah.
Pretty much.
in. All right, and so you have until June, so about, 3 more months?
Yeah.
Not enough.
2 more months, not enough. All right, do you miss back home, though?
A little bit. But
Yeah, it's some of the small things you
yeah,
miss.
but it's so much fun here. It's just like, you're doing stuff all the time. You don't really have time to think about
Okay.
missing people back home and stuff.
Well, that's good that you're doing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
always busy.
Yeah, it's a little hectic.
All right, so what do you like best about being here in Wray?
The people, by far. I've never met such amazing people in my life. By the time I started school, I felt at home, and I was only here 2 weeks before I started school, so
That's good to hear.
yeah.
Wade,
Yeah,
same
about the
thing for
same.
you?
Probably the people, because I'm used to coming from small towns, much smaller than this, but people here are really nice. And
And then you all like the farming as well.
yeah, it's great to talk to some of the farmers here about corn farms and everything.
Is there anything that you want maybe people to know about what it's like to be an exchange student here?
Best thing you could
Yeah,
ever
it's,
do
it's
with
the
your
best
life.
thing to do. It's one of the cheapest way to see the world when you're
Yeah.
young.
If you have the opportunity to do an exchange, do it.
Yeah, you'll
That-
learn
that's
so
my
much,
advice.
and you actually learn a lot about yourself.
Even being away from New Zealand, you learn more about New Zealand. 'Cause
People ask you some really strange
and
questions.
then you're like, oh,
and-
I don't know that, so you go research or stuff like that, and you grow so much as a person.
All right, I have to ask then, what's the strangest question people have asked you about New Zealand?
Do we have pizza in New Zealand? Yes, we do.
I've been asked a lot, what language do I speak?
Oh, that one as well.
Okay.
Do you speak New Zealandish? No. It's
No.
not even a language.
Although I have started talking to them in Maori, which
I have done that. That's the native language of New
it's
Zealand.
like
so,
Navajo around
Okay.
here. It's like the native Indian. It's
Okay.
so
not used as much anymore.
no.
All right, well, thank you to Wade Holmes and Sarah Kerr for joining me on this edition of Eagles on Air.